Hey YouTube, Dawson Rider here with my review of the Power Rangers Dino Charge Wave 3 figures review. I think I said review twice. This is the review of all the reviews. I believe it's Wave 3 numerically, but the important thing about this wave is it includes quite a bit of awesome stuff. You have the Core 5 Rangers in the brand new Dino Drive mode. You have the first figure of the Gold Ranger, first figure of the Graphite Ranger, and then a Ptera Charge Megazord figure back there. So it's a pretty neat wave here we have going on. So I guess let's go ahead and jump right in. So let's start with the Dino Drives, I guess. I'll do like essentially one articulation demo for each different kind. But these are essentially at the core the same 5-inch figures we got originally, with just, you know, this Dino Drive armor on it. So the articulation on remains the same, which is pretty solid. You got a nice hinge joint here, some great solid range of motion. This doesn't really hinder it at all because you can move it out of the way, as you just saw. Got a single elbow joint. You do have some swiveling. Nice little ball joint here on the leg for a good range. Single knee joint, some swiveling here. No swiveling at the waist. You got swiveling at the head. It can't really move up and down, but yeah, pretty much the same. The only real difference here is this Dino Charge mode, or Dino Armor mode, it's really neat. I think they really took some of the designs that the suits had and sort of, you know, expanded on them. I like how they gave them 2 shoulder pieces to kind of even things out. I think it looks fine with the one the way it's supposed to be, but for a power-up I think it's a cool idea. And then across here, you know, where you usually have the design, they actually put a battery, which is really neat. I think it's cool. When we first saw these, they were thought to be, you know, a non-show toy like Bandai of America does quite often. But we recently got confirmation that they are indeed going to be in the show. And later in Dino Supercharge, there's going to be an even further expanded mode on this, which has the spiked armor, just like the Dino armor, or the... damn, I can't think of the name. When they use their... Dino Spike mode? No, that's not right. I forget. But the mode where they get their weapons and they have the Dino Steel. There we go. They have the spiked armor down the one side of their arm. The mode that expands on this has it on all of their limbs, and the mouthpiece here actually disappears, and their gloves become the same color as the suit, which they actually look really cool. So I'm looking forward to getting figures of that. But it's really neat. Like I said, I really dig the armor on this guy. Nice attention to detail on the battery, like they each have their own individual little things. Like I said, the core figure is the same, but I really dig the mode. I love American exclusive modes like this. I love getting figures like this. I'm looking forward to getting the figures for the Dino Super Drive mode, and based on the other teaser, it looks like the other Rangers will be getting it as well. We knew gold would, but we've seen graphite and purple as well, so I'm assuming that it would be really neat to get Dino Drive and Dino Super Drive figures for all 10 Rangers, which would be really cool. But yeah, so here's Pink's. Once again, I'm switching accents just all over the place. But it's the same core figure. You just have her Dino Drive armor. The only real problem with her mold is that her legs, they do essentially feature the same articulation, but the skirt really hinders it. So like I'm trying to get them all in this same pose, and she has a hard time getting in it. But other than that, the same. You got the single joint here, the swiveling, this articulation here without the hindering. Same kind of arm joint. It's just, you know, skinnier. Swiveling there. The head moves, no waist articulation, so you got the same there, but it's a good looking figure. You got the nice attention to detail yet again. You got the little individualized symbol. Let me make sure she stands before I put her back. She's got problems with that. So there you have that. Here's Greens, yet again, same figure, just the Dino Charge armor. Very cool. They each come with a clear version of the Morpher and Saber, which I'll show off in a minute. I just put them all in one pile. Here's Coda, sitting here, his armor, being like so easy a caveman could do it, you know how Coda be. Coda be taking shirtless selfies. Okay, well actually it's just his actor. Yoshi be taking shirtless selfies. Alright, now my personal favorite, the Hot Shot. I feel like weird just showing this, like, look, it's the same guy with different armor. But yeah, same core figure. Before I move on, I'll just show quick. The 5 Dino Drive Rangers and Graphite each come with these. They're just clear versions of the same weapons you get with them, which nothing to write home about or anything, but it's still kind of a neat variation on them. So each of 5 of these and him get them. So you have this huge pile. Let me just, here's the pile. They're all falling out, but I just didn't feel like laying them all out here. Alright, now here is the Gold Ranger figure, which honestly is a pretty nice looking figure. He's obviously different than the others. He's not a Dino Drive one, but he is getting one. I don't know about the figure yet. I assume he will, but we know he's getting the mode in the show. The head sculpt is well done, I think, because Gold Ranger's helmet is a bit skinnier. It looks really nice. The details on it look nice. His armor looks nice as well. Nice shiny silver paint here. The blue also pops really well. His symbol there. He already has 2 shoulder pads, which look really nice. The gold paint on him looks really nice. It actually has a nice shine to it. It actually looks better than the first shot of our American footage of him from the trailer, which looks pretty pale, but very nice gold paint there. Looks good. You got the different color here for his arms because of the different cloth used in the show, and you have the grit texture just like before. Got his little wings back here, which are actually painted, I feel like they might be blue. Maybe they're blue, blue underneath in the show, but regardless, it's neat they painted them. And instead of coming with the Morpher and Saber, he comes with his own weapon here, which I'm assuming it's just going to be called the Ptera Saber, the Ptera Charge Saber, I can't remember. The info's probably come out now, but I just don't remember. But Xander Thunder, which is just the typical gray weapon mold, but we got nice little sort of, you know, mold details in there. And then his Morpher here is also a weapon, which is placed on his wrist. So yeah, very nice figure. The articulation for him is the same as the others. It's the same base mold, so there's really nothing different there. But very well done on the Gold Ranger figure. Really nice, nice shine to him, which I really appreciate. Make it shine. He's the victorious of Dino Charge Rangers. Alright, so now here's the Graphite Ranger figure, which honestly I was probably the most excited about. In totality for Dino Charge, I'm most excited about any merchandise that really has to do with him and Aqua and Purple and pretty much anybody after Gold, because in Japan we never really got much for these guys. We got their Zords, there was a few vinyl figures maybe, there's like a really expensive like detail model set or like statue set, but we never really got anything because Japan really doesn't do figures. So this is really the first like Ranger merchandise I've gotten for this guy, and you know, we're gonna have these core figures, probably different modes and a bunch of other modes, so I was really excited for it. And for the most part, it lived up to the hype. The only real problem I have with this, I hate to be nitpicky, is that his helmet in the show is a little bit fatter. And the skinny mold they have here just kind of squishes it a little bit, and especially around the head, it looks like someone wrapped his head too tight as a baby. Like, I just wish his head sculpt was a little bit fatter. That's my only real issue with the figure. Other than that, I think he looks really good. I really appreciate that they have the nice shiny silver paint here at the top of his head. That looks nice. His chest sash here also looks nice, differentiated from the others. Silver paint here as well. He is a gray ranger, the first gray colored ranger, so the paint is fine, but it's kind of bland because it's gray, but that's not really against him at all. It looks fine. They did a good job on it. Good being able to differentiate the grays, even though gray's a very base color. But other than the helmet issue, he looks really good. The articulation is the same, like I said, on the others. No loose joint problems or anything. I'm honestly, even though the skinny helmet thing kind of bothers me, I'm just happy to have a figure of him. Like I said, I was very excited about these. I'm really looking forward to them doing Aqua and Purple and stuff, and probably even going crazy buying their secondary merchandise, even if it's like really crappy bikes, just because we never really got them, and they very much remind me of the Jungle Fury Spirit Rangers. Alright, we didn't forget about you here, Megazord buddy. A Ptera Charge Megazord figure, which honestly looks really cool. They did a figure for the Dino Charge Megazord, which was pretty decent. I had a little problem with it looking bland, but this guy doesn't look quite as bland. Maybe it's just because this guy's design has a little bit more going on. Not even color-wise, because it's just essentially four colors, including the blue, compared to the Dino Charge Megazord, but maybe it's just the more mechanical element of his design. I think he just looks a little less basic. He's not really stylized in any way. I think he looks really good. He's got nice proportions, nice little details. He's a very, very cool looking little Megazord figure. I like him quite a bit. It helps that I really do like this Megazord design, and he's well articulated just like the others. He can speak very well, knows lots of big words, but he also is well articulated figure-wise. Great range of motion, single joint here. His little hand can swivel around here. He's got claws unlike his larger counterpart. He's got these little blades that pop out just like on the show, and they fold back in and stuff like that. Stuff like that, just like on the show and just like in the larger Megazord toy. Nice articulation on his legs here as well. Double knee joint. Got the little toe action joint here, not quite as toe actiony as Figure Arts, and he can move his head back and forth too. But very, very nice looking figure. I really dig this figure quite a bit. Definitely prefer it to the Dino Charge Megazord figure. Hope we continue to see the 5-inch figures of these as well. I'm just swirling around here to get. I'm grabbing a random packaging. If you can hear the sack shifting, it's Gold Rangers. Because we didn't go over packaging, just to show the back. It's pretty much the same. Here's the Ranger on the front. You got descriptions on the back. This one reveals that he's a knight and pretty much confirms that he's with Fury, and the Graphite one reveals that he's a prince. But the one thing I wanted to show on this is the advertisement shows the current wave and shows what's coming in the future, which is a bunch of villain figures. We have main bad guys like Sledge and whatnot up here, and then we also have monsters of the day. So we're getting a lot of villain figures, and they advertise it on the back. That just made me think of it because I was thinking I really do hope, in addition to all these villains and Ranger figures we're getting, I hope we do get more Megazord figures in the future, especially if they're as cool looking as this one. But anyway, overall, this is a really, really cool wave of figures. I really dig it a lot. Like I said, I dig the Dino Drive modes we're getting. I like having exclusive American stuff like that. I like the design. I like the figures. Very well done Gold Ranger figure. Even with a skinny helmet, I'm very excited to have a figure of Graphite, and the Megazord figure for Ptera Charge is really cool. So I'm overall really pleased with this wave. Really nice wave of figures. Can definitely recommend pretty much all of it. I'm really looking forward to the future of this line of figures because there's lots of really neat stuff coming out. More new Rangers, more new modes for them, so really cool stuff. Definitely happy with this wave. But anyway, that's about it. Until next time, make sure you check out the Crazy Podcast at WritersRangersRambles.com. And of course, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Till next time, Dawson Rider, signing out.